Welcome to part 2 of Final Fantasy Deluxe. So this is, we were just playing this last time. I was Red 13. I realized I'm going to do a hero one, a video about all the heroes. So while I'm leveled up, I'm going to show you my repick feature. So if you go back to your fountain, you can't do it while you're in the middle of the map. You can't just save yourself. I go back to my mountain and I type repick. Boom. I get sent back to the hero select for my team. I'll get into neutral heroes later, but here, so I have all the heroes from Final Fantasy 1 through 6, Final Fantasy 7 through 12, and then all the other Square Enix games. So, this is kind of like Final Fantasy All-Stars. So my heroes, I have Cecile, or I call him Cecile because that's how I learned to say his name when I was like 5. First played this game. I was closer to 10, but I know his name now is Cecil. So he gets a Paladin skill tree. That's why his name's under the. It tells you what he does. First of all, he's a tank and he's good at sieging. He's a Paladin. He gets the Paladin Holy Book skills. He has Holy Strike, Holy Armor, and Berserk as his unique skills. Holy Strike, and he was hard to build because he didn't really have a lot of unique skills as a Paladin. But the Dark Cecil on the evil side was pretty cool. Then we have Rosa, who's your support white mage. Uses aim, wall, and white. White was the original translation for holy, so I like to keep the original translations. It was fun. They're just fun. Rydia, she's a summoner or black mage tree, but all of her abilities are summons. So she summons Leviathan, Titan, and Bahamut. Edge from Final Fantasy IV. I liked Fantasy IV, FF4, so they're all there. He's a ninja, has the ninja tree, uses throw, sneak, and pin as his uniques. Edgar uses auto crossbow, flash, and chainsaw, his cool tools. Chainsaw had a maybe I'll pick him eventually, but Chainsaw had this huge or very small chance to do gigantic damage, so it would like instant kill some heroes. So it was a little broken, but it was such a small chance that it was kind of like it would almost never happen. Then we have Cyan, who I gave Paladin skills because I didn't get to a samurai tree. But he uses dispatch and power and slash. And then we have Umuro, everyone's favorite berserker, but we gave him the ice mage skills. Blizzard, Orb, Boss, and Storm are his unique abilities. For Final Fantasy VII, we got Cloud. So I have issues with models and icons. There was a file size limit for maps that you could put on, and I had to choose, do I want to make all custom icons, which I had for a while, I was using them, or do I want to have my custom sounds and a couple really cool skins like this Red 13 one. So I ended up choosing the skins over the icons because there would be too many icons I had to import. Okay, so we got Cloud. He's a warrior. He uses the warrior tree. Blade Beam, Leda Rain, and Omni Slash as his abilities. Eris is a white mage. Healing Wind, Seal Evil, Falna's Wrath. So she uses the white mage tree, just like Rosa does. So Rosa also uses the white mage tree. So they'll have access to a good chunk of the same skills. Red 13, as you can see, I'm playing him, so I threw him in the first video. Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics. I threw Tactics into FF7 through 12 because that's where he fits. He's got the Warrior Tree, and then his unique abilities are Scream, Throw Stone, and Ultima, which I will be definitely showing off because that's one of the Jas abilities. Beowulf from FF Tactics as well. He's a red mage. I didn't get to a debuff the Oracle one, but his skills are all pretty much all debuffs. Innocent, Chicken, and Shock. Vivi from FF9. Bio, Meteor, and Doomsday. By the way, this was made like 10 years ago, so this was before FF12 came out. So it was right, like, everybody in here will be up to FF10. FF9, he's got Bio, Meteor, Doomsday. Oron has Shooting Star, Dragon Fang, and Tornado. So they all basically take their skills from either spells that are unique to them or their game, or their limit breaks. And last, we have the Square Enix one. So this game actually started as a Chrono Trigger only game. So I have a lot of Chrono heroes. So we got Chrono, the Air Mage. We got Cyclone, Spin Cut, and Luminaire. Marley is a white mage with Aura, Provoke, and Life. And Luca is a fire mage with Hypno Wave. So I was eventually going to put like little what each spell does so people could figure out. Looks like Luca was the first one that I actually started to do that with. Hypno Wave will put the enemy to sleep, so it's like the Dread Knight's sleep ability. Flame Toss, spammable line nuke, so I think I used Shockwave with a Shockwave spell with a fire animation. Mega Bomb, just you could place it, and then a few seconds later it would blow up. Frog, the Paladin with Slurp Cut, Leap Slash, and Frog Stomp. I can't remember what Frog Stomp did. I think it was pretty cool though. Then we have from Secret of Mana Undyne, who's a water mage. He's a support disable hero. Uses Freeze, Ice Saber, and Energy Absorb. Salamando, also from Secret of Mana. Fire Mage, Fire Bouquet, Fireball, Lava Wave. And Sylphid, the Air Mage. So I was slowly adding, I think at one point these were all full. And because of this redesign with the books, this version I ended up with a bunch that were not. So I had all 8 of the Secret of Mana things. I had a bunch more characters in here. I know for sure I had Palom and Parome. Kane. Kane was awesome. He had a jump ability. Or maybe he's neutral. Yes. Okay, so the other thing was neutral heroes. This was another unique feature. Basically, whoever got to pick the neutral hero first was the neutral hero. But once it was picked, they would only unlock if you had an odd number of players. So one person would get, one person from each team would get to play. I forget how it worked. Anyway, the thing with the neutral heroes was they were on their own team, and their goal was to, wasn't even implemented in this version. Their goal was to get a certain number of hero kills without losing their own small base that had like no defense whatsoever. So they had to kind of camp their base, dash in, steal kills to grab gold, run back to their base, and basically be a nuisance in both teams' sides. So if one team was getting too far ahead, the neutral would have to help the other team to help keep them balanced so they could survive long enough to get the, I think it was 30 hero kills they needed to actually win. But because they were on their own team, they were slightly overpowered, especially late game. So because of, basically I have any hero that flipped sides a bunch or was just a narrator or something that was a really cool character. they would end up here. So I'll just go through them real quick. So in my webcomic, I made Fusoya into a ninja, and he had a sidekick, Cactrot. So, and his nemesis was Mog, who was also a ninja. Yes, the Mog from FF. So, that was how they worked in the webcomic. So, all of his abilities are based on that, and not based on his Final Fantasy IV iteration. So his ultimate was to summon Cactrot, and Cactrot had 1,000 needles, which was a fan of knives. It did a lot of damage. It was pretty cool. Mog was also a ninja, so you'll notice they both have the ninja tree. His role is also to flip out, just like in the comics. He would flip out and destroy everything around him in the webcomic. Especially Mog. He would always lose, go back and lick his wounds, and come back for more. So Mog has Poison Frog, Sonic Boom, and Surge. So these were all based on his some of his dance moves from FF6. Shadow, because he kind of, didn't really fit one side or the other. He's kind of a loner. He fit into the neutral heroes. He's got Throw, Shadow Fang, and Interceptor. Ultros, everybody's favorite octopus. He's a water mage, and he uses ink, acid rain, and he can summon Chupon, who can blow people away. He's got a Twister. I think it was Twister. The Cyclone. The Druid of the Talon's ability. Throw things in the air. You could use Chupon to sneeze. It was fun. Echo from Secret of Mana. So I made him all about money. When I was playing Secret of Mana at that age, when I was playing it, he just always seemed to show up, and he always had higher prices than the guys in the store. So he was like a greedy shopkeeper to me. So his abilities were all about that. So he can throw candy, which was the main, healing thing from Secret of Mana. And then he had a passive greed, where I think he made way more money when he killed stuff. And he would actually, I think he had pillage as that's what greed was a passive pillage that you could upgrade. So he would steal gold from everything he attacked. And then his ultimate was to call shop. So he would drop a shop on top of you, and then he could shop from it. Because why not? The shop would stun you and do a bunch of damage. I think it was based on Inferno. Inferno ability, the Dread Knight's ultimate. And yeah, he would drop the shop on, and then he had unique items that only he could buy from that shop. So that was fun. Magus, of course, from Chrono Trigger, the token table side flipper. So Kane was also one of these guys. He's a black mage. He's Dark Mist, Black Hole, and Dark Matter. And then Olan Durai was my version of Zillion. So he was super OP, because all he would do was disable you for a long time and then go back in time. And yeah. So he had Time Rip, Void Trap, and Galaxy Stop. So Time Rip was, I remember it, it really slowed, you'd hit the enemy and slowed them real far down. Void Trap was a bunch of stasis traps. So if you could place them just like the stasis ward that the Witch Doctor would use. And then Galaxy Stop was a global war stomp that would stun everybody for 4 seconds. So it was pretty ridiculous how powerful these were. I'll go over the evil heroes in a second, but I want to show you some of these ultimates while I have enough experience for them. Definitely want to show you definitely want to show you Rydia. Let's pick Rydia. Yes, it would drop all your items back here in the base, but you had to pick them up again. And that was because you would lose, like, the characters losing the items and stuff, right? All the gold I get to pick up. The model was carrying the items, so I would have to go through all the items stored by the player and pick them up, drop copies at the thing, and hope that their team wouldn't grief them. So, have all this. This would never happen in a real game because people would be going to lane and back and forth all the time. Just gonna hover near. So yeah, I'll go through these spell books a little bit more. So you would click when you level up them. They're just like any other skill, where when you level them up, they get better. But when you're making the skills for them, you could add different skills inside. So Black Mage learns fire and fire, ice, and thunders, and then their ultimate in the book is Demi. So if I level this up as far as I can, I'll be here level 11 to use it. But now I can open this up, and I use ZXCV instead of QWER. But I also had that feature before League and Dota picked up on it. So Firaga is just a fire nuke. So there's Firaga. This is based on Blizzard, so it's Zara. A couple waves of Blizzard. And then Thundara was Chain Lightning. So I just used the elemental themed abilities from Warcraft III. The only issue was you had to either click escape, or push escape, or click that button to get out of the book. So it was kind of cumbersome to use, and it's probably why I stopped, because people stopped liking it. Leviathan, you can call him, and he was basically like a one-wave stampede. He would come up and summon a tidal wave, and then die. And then Titan, you would summon, and he would come up and cause an earthquake. So he would come up and slow everybody down. So her summons were kind of fun in that they were different. And then Bahamut was an actual summon you could control with chaos damage. Regular damage. And he has Mega Flare as well. From the tower soon. And then I'll get myself away from it. But Mega Flare was just a giant flame strike with giant damage. So you could totally push really fast. I should be up to, yeah. I have Firaga, Lizaga, and Thundaga. So now if I go in, they do more damage, have more damage per wave, or what have you. But now I'm out of mana, so the hero I was playing was a melee hero, so I can't get any mana. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to base. Go some other heroes. With cool abilities. Okay, so Rydia was good. I think Toss was kind of fun. I remember. Yes. I can't do it in this, though. But trust me, it did work. So toss, you would pick up an allied hero and throw them at a random enemy within an area around you. So you would do a bit of damage to the target, and then you would throw them at a random person. I don't know if it works on... Yeah, it doesn't work. I have to do it on the allied heroes. So that will be tough to do single player. Then Blizzard Orb was just a blizzard. But a big, high damage. And it also did damage to structures, which was one of the heroes that had that. And then Storm. I need enough mana to use it. Mana. So Storm would summon a thunderstorm ability. Once you started it, you didn't have to channel it anymore. It has a short channel to start it. I think Jaina's dad uses it in the campaign or something. Probably don't want to kill it. They kill it, but I don't want to get losing the base one. Okay. Yeah, Toss would have been nice to show you because it was pretty fun. You would like pick up Kane or some other tank. Kane was a good hero for a bit, and then I moved him to neutral, so that's why I said you could pick up Kane. But you pick up some guy and like toss him at the enemy, and then they could initiate with their up close stuff. Oron was really good to do that with, actually. So you'll notice each time I repick, it costs me miss points. I can't always repick. You could basically repick once or twice in the level, but not a billion times. Why is that going? Sorry. I don't know how I switch to a different... Pressed some hotkey that switched me to a different scene. Sorry. Oh look, my chocobo followed me. Okay, who are we doing next? Let's do Ramza, because I wanted to show you Ultima. This will get quicker now. I'm just going to start showing you abilities that I can here. Oh, I need hero level 8. Oh. So he has Scream, Throw Stone. He had Warrior skills, so he gets Berserk, Defender, Warcry. So Berserk would cause this unit to attack 20% faster, but take 20% more damage. Defender, you gain 6 armor, and you lower your damage by 10%. Actually, that would affect everyone. I think it was a reverse roar. I'll hover for level 8. Warcry. Nearby units would get some bonus damage. So the warriors were really good at buffing other heroes' damage. And then in a bind, you would cast Defender real quick. You just go ZX, and then everybody nearby would get the Defender debuff. I think it only worked on heroes. Okay, and let's go back and get Ultima. Ultima, one of our Jas scripts. Looks so cool. Still looks pretty. So cool. I think I should probably go to Throw Stone. It had like a really short. It was based on Stormbolt, So it had a really short interrupt, really tiny length stun that would let you interrupt people who... There were a lot of channeling abilities in here. In this game, so it lets you interrupt channels like Luminaire and stuff, which will probably be the next one I show you. Trying to gain experience so when I repick again, and I lose level from it. I think I might only have a couple repicks left. Let's try that. Rim! I picked Uther because Ramza Ramza's uncles kind of look like him, and Squires use hammers. Like that kind of thing's kind of high. Okay, let's go. Another repick. And we'll do Chrono for Luminaire. Then we'll do Frog Stomp, I think, and one day. Just suffice to show there were some pretty cool custom abilities at the time. I'll explain items in my next one. Okay, so his abilities were Cyclone, and I used, because he's a samurai in the game, I used the Blade Master skin, which also, had the spinning animation that, so I can use Cyclone from that game. I didn't put a lot of damage on it. I think I had to nerf it because people were complaining or something. Anyway, let's do some Luminaire. So it was a channel, it interrupt, and then boom, green dome of damage. It looks like I have enough for another real quick. Since you're probably getting bored watching me play this old game. Not that a lot of you will be watching. Okay, and balance was pretty. Probably. Oh, he was a Murloc. I need a frog-like thing that uses a sword. Okay, Murloc it is. So Leap Slash was just a crit. You have a small chance to do extra damage. Slurp Cut, deal a little damage, and then he would pull himself toward them. So it was kind of like, hope it works. Look at the Fields of Gold. This again would never happen in a 4v4. clear this field. So, eat my slurp cup. So, you would slurp on them and then jump towards them. So it's kind of just a cool ability that you could do to initiate. Let's. Stop. Okay, so do it on this next wave. Maximum damage. Would summon a giant frog that would die. So good. It was a lot of fun trying to come up with these in the Warcraft III engine. Okay, I might have enough for one more repick. Scepter. Yeah, let's show you call shop. F1. Oh, I was in the middle of working on him. Right. That's why his icon's. So greed kills a target instantly. Oh, this was the transmutability from the arc. Yeah. Which transforms it into gold and it gets added to your gold. So there were tiers of monsters at a certain point. The minions in the waves were level 1, and then there were level 2 and 3 creeps. You couldn't get the creeps until you put more points in it. It was interesting. Throw candy was a... Okay, so... He would throw... he would toss a candy at his buddy, healing them, but it interrupted their casting. So he would stun them, but heal them. And it would start out as a shitty heal with a huge stun, and the stun would get progressively worse, and the heal would get... I think he could use it on himself as well. And then he was a white mage. So, I don't know why he was neutral, because he wouldn't have anybody to... Maybe this game was the one where I had 2 people could be neutral. So you'd take Neko and, like, Ninja Fusoya, and Fusoya would just... let me test this. I can't target. Yeah, I have to target a hero for the throw candy, so that must have been what it was. Target a building. Okay, I think it was... Oh. Yeah, there's my... Unable to target self. No. I'm used to alt casting on myself. There we go. Got call shop. So, can summon a shop that would crush them, stun them, do damage, and then, oh, I'm going to buy these unique items that are only available in this shop. Which was kind of interesting. Oh no. Oh, stop. Buy this. Buy some chocolate. Okay. It's kind of buggy. Select. Yeah, I don't think I'd fixed him yet. But yeah, it was pretty fun. He had some Neko only items. Chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna call that. Oh, I did it again. My view here. Well, you know, I'm not a streamer yet. I'm just a game designer. Okay, I will be back, and I'll go over my items in my next video.